if you don't mind, I just would like to have your attention if you please don't. This check is void because of, well, my good friends, Eddie Griffin and George Lopez, have decided to match my donation.
I never said that. Hangs it.
Cedric the Entertainer and George Lopez star alongside their three comedian buddies, D.L. Hughley, Eddie Griffin, and Charlie Murphy on BET's comedy series, The Comedy Get Down.
Well, the scripted show is based on the group's stand-up comedy tour. Welcome, guys.
Hi, guys.
Hey.
Good morning, good morning.
We're sorry that Charlie unfortunately passed, but you guys are still, you're showing you're having all the fun there behind the scenes. What is it like on tour with you guys? I mean, what we see, is it really what you're going to get?
Yes, I mean, it's a combination of that. I mean, what we did was we really had some of these stories happen, and so then we kind of heightened them up for the TV series. Like that particular episode, it was a situation where I was at a foundation. I thought I was donating $15,000. They said $50,000, and I was like, and at the time, I just kind of played it off because everybody thought I was so special. And they were like, "Oh my God!"
Yes, that's so generous.
I was like, "Yes," and then I walked up and was like, I didn't offer that much money, right?
Yeah.
So then we wrote it as an episode. It was fun.
It was fun.
But if you look at the five of you, give me the styles of everybody, because everybody's very unique.
Cedric is, his motif is very colorful, and he wears jewelry on the outside, and he loves jackets, loves different colors. He would be kind of like your pastel prince.
He's the charmer.
He's the charmer. Eddie wears clothes that never wrinkle or would light on fire at any particular place. So his all have initials.
It's very practical.
Very practical. It has a hood and a rain slicker underneath. DL's is very casual, but his shoes always hurt because he's a man 7. And they don't make man 7, they start at 8. So he's always in a bad mood because his shoes always hurt. And he's cutting holes off to the side to let the little toe out to kind of make like a 7.5. But it doesn't work.
He gets them from the mannequin all the time.
We went to go play golf. He took the shorts off the mannequin. They laid the mannequin down in the pro shop, and they took the shorts off of the mannequin.
Because they needed real small ones?
They needed small ones.
Yes.
Well, what about George's style, Cedric?
And George is the Johnny Cash of the group, of course. He's like, I mean, this green is the most I've seen. I'm shocked.
Well, look at your shoes. Now, come on, Mr. Gucci, Furry.
That was it. That's me rolling out of bed and just kind of getting here.
You were on before. Did you tell it? Your wife lays out your clothes the night before for you?
Come on, kid. Don't make it sound like I'm like in the 7th grade. But yes, she does.
He matches the 2 Ricks James, and those are the things that go together. You can take a Smokey Robinson and match a Stevie Wonder.
It's Soul Singer Garanimals.
Soul Singer Garanimals.
Yes, I got a Jeffrey Osborne mixed with a Luther Vandross. And
when did y'all know that this was such a good idea for this show? Have the 5 of you always been close? Were you on the road one night and like, hey, we got to turn this into a show?
Well, the first show that we did was to raise money for Richard Pryor's statue, and we did that. And I think that night, between all of us and the camaraderie of seeing each other and knowing, I put these guys, the core together. So we've all known each other for 20 years or more. So it just really became a thing out of friendship and love, and it's just grown. And to see the show after what we just tried to do, the first thing was just to do it for Richard, is great. And people love the show.
And we did the TV show kind of came from, after the show we have these meetings. And it's us in a room having a meeting. And
eventually, after an hour and a half, someone will knock on the door and I'll say, "What do you want?" "We're having a meeting," and everybody will be in the hallway. They go, "It doesn't smell like you guys are having a meeting." All right, we're having a medical meeting.
Whatever you do to relax and loosen up after
where the
show,
idea came from.
What is the craziest thing that's happened to you guys on the road?
Oh man, it's constantly.
We've lost people. We were bus rides, and Eddie Griffin doesn't go on a bus ride because he was tormented by another comedian famous when he was coming up. So he will not get on the bus.
Do we need to know this or no? We move on?
It's a game you play in Las Vegas.
Craps?
Dice.
Dice clay?
So I said dice clay.
Dice.
So he doesn't gravitate. But I think the craziest part is that we all gravitate. Every room is almost like the Madonna Inn up the coast, where every room is decorated differently.
Yeah.
All of our rooms are different. Mine is a music room, and Cedric's is like a cool candle room, and then there's a Popeye's chicken room somewhere down the hall.
Oh, wait, you lost him on one of the road trips?
We've lost members of the
we
group.
lost Eddie. We didn't even know. We had no idea that Eddie doesn't go on the buses, so we were all like kind of down.
I've heard about no flying, but I've never heard of no bus.
Yeah, it was a whole thing. We were down the street before we recognized that we didn't have our guy. It was like the parent that leave their baby at the Target, inside the Target.
So
And then,
how did you find
in
him?
Kentucky, there was a guy that was going to bring some drugs. You know, you go, this guy's coming with drugs, but it was all like, you know, Pfizer's, all Levitra and Cialis. Anybody have AFib? He's in the bag. Anybody have AFib? I got an inhaler. I'll take the inhaler and the little 3-pack of Cialis.
Yes.
We got to get on the bus.
Yeah.
We're going on the bus and in the meeting.
That's where you need to shoot the show.
It's been fun. And the fact that the show's doing so well is a great reward for us.
Yeah. It's fun for us. And I mean, good. We're still out on the road, so we still get to have fun like that. And then, and it's often very crazy because, you know, everybody's room is different. We were talking about that. Like, George has all the famous people in his room. You're always surprised on who you'll meet in George's room.
Okay, hold that thought. We got to find out the top 5 people in George's room.
Oh,
yes.
As well as Dancing with the Stars. We heard they've come a calling for both of you.
Oh, yeah.
We know your moves in the ballroom. Much more with these two
It's
coming up
Cedric's
next.
bucket list.
It's your turn, brother.
Yes. You said you want to do it.
Now, you guys are exactly what's wrong in this country. Always just helping yourselves, never even thinking about your fellow man.
Okay, wait a minute, tight hat. I've helped out a lot of people. Chances are, if there's a Lopez in your neighborhood, I bought the house that they're living in and the refrigerator on the porch and that sun-bleached big wheel that no one rides.
We're back on Access Hollywood Live with Cedric the Entertainer and George Lopez from BET's new scripted series, The Comedy Get Down. We were talking during the break about Charlie Murphy, who passed, sadly, right after you guys did this.
He was very special. He was always funny and a little bit crotchety, and, you know, Rick James called him Darkness. Darkness! So DL and I got Darkness put on our hands here in honor of Charlie. And DL cried the whole time the needle touched him.
Wow.
Tears.
And he's got a million tattoos, but he cried like
cried on that one.
Tell what Charlie tweeted out or posted right before he passed away.
Yeah, you know, when Charlie passed, you know, he asked that his cousin Rich and the nurse move his bed so he could look out the window, and then he tweeted, the last thing he said was like, to rest as peacefully as possible, release the past to truly, to really rest.
And this
beautiful.
show, what a tribute to him.
It's great. It's difficult, you know. It's tough to see him like that, but also people get to see him as he was, as really funny. But it's very painful for us because he was one of, you know, he was one of us. So you know, it's love and it's pain and it's, you know, the thing. But you do have Charlie that you can always see.
But you get to celebrate him and the show doing well, as you said. It's a
and
celebration
he's funny
of what
on here, so it's great,
Is he always crotchety?
I mean, he's always Charlie. He's not really always crotchety, you know, but he's one of those people that you don't want to, like, get on the wrong side of at any given time. Like, he'll be laughing, and if you say a joke that goes too far, he'll be like, what? You'll be like, no, I didn't mean it that way. He's the Joe Pesci of the group.
We got to ask you about, I mean, the material nowadays, because, I mean, there's so much. I mean, George, you go there with Trump and The Wall and all of that you've done on the HBO special that you do. Also with the Harvey Weinstein stuff now. I mean, where do you all draw the line in comedy? I mean, or do you draw a line?
Well, I don't think that Harvey Weinstein, I don't think any of that is funny, so I definitely would not touch that. But the Trump and the decoy Melania, of course, those are hilarious.
Decoy Melania.
So,
you like the decoy.
Decoy, yeah. So all that stuff is fair game for me.
You do more younger stuff, I feel like. But would you touch the Weinstein stuff?
I mean, you know, I wouldn't touch it while Harvey's still around because he's touching too much right now. But
you just touched it.
Yeah, he just touched it already. I'm like, no, I don't want to contaminate that. But you know, I think, I mean, of course, the subject matter is really serious. I mean, you know, so, but it's a way to craft a joke in there. You know what I mean? So, I mean, comedy is just one of those things that we all kind of like, we'll give it a shot. We'll try it. You know, comedians will sometimes go there when it's not necessarily ready.
You talk about that among the 5 of you, because I do feel like our culture has changed a little bit.
Absolutely.
Where you have to be careful of, like, walking the line but not crossing over it, or I feel like you just get hammered.
You absolutely get hammered, and everybody has a phone and a video. And, you know, there was a situation I had in Denver where this guy was upset because I was doing some Trump material, and
you got booed, right?
I did not get booed, actually. He put it in there that I had gotten booed because he was a very wealthy financier who didn't like to be called an old white man, and he called Page Six himself. Can you imagine? Come on, who calls Page Six yourself? on somebody else. Come on. That's cheap.
Let's talk
I
Dancing
think
with the
there
Stars.
are a lot of people who do call page 6 on.
Who's doing it? Would you do dancing, Cedric?
Oh man, I'm such a great dancer. I mean, after 17 years on Soul Train and no, but
What's your one move you like come together? There's one that I love.
I got some moves. I got the old like the Janet Jackson finger pop.
There's a slide move that I love.
Yeah, I got a slide move, but I got on these shoes that were.
Oh, we got the music cued for if you want to show us. This is your Dancing with the Stars tape. Come on.
This is me. This
Here's
is
your
me,
audition.
Oh yeah.
Get Tom Brady
Oh,
on the phone.
dancing. Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's it. Oh, that's the one. That's the one.
That was it.
You gotta bring it on. But that's the one I
I'm
love.
not giving away too much right now.
I think you
I've got on open back shoes. I can't do it.
You need to do it.
He's
You
wearing
need to do the
mules.
show.
He did that in mules, everyone.
George, would you ever do it?
You know, usually when people are dancing, I usually sneak out and go back to the hotel. So no, I would not. I'm not a good dancer. I've never been a good dancer. And
he's got a couple of great moves. I love George when he dances. He's got like 2 moves that like.
What are his moves?
I don't know. They make me laugh every time, but it's like
I think those are
it
when
feels
Keep it
pretty
low,
good.
keep it
He's like,
here,
he
keep it
goes right in
tight.
here.
You know, sometimes your shoulder gets stuck. I think that's what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Trying to unstick
The
it.
shoulder shake.
A little fell off the bike when I was 11.
I would think you would own the dance floor, George. I don't know.
No, I do not. I do not.
Come on, you're Latino. You're supposed to have rhythm. I got rhythm.
But you know, I did the Ancestry.com. I'm not as Latino.
You're missing that gene.
I have no leaves on my team.
Congratulations to you
Thank you.
both. The Comedy Down airs
Get
Thursday.
down.
Yeah, that. Thursday at 11:30 on BET. Really
Thank you,
fun.
ladies. Thanks for having us.
Love having you guys.
Thanks,
All
guys.
right.